Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my August wrap up and September TBR. Again, this month I'm gonna draw from my little prompt jar, I guess. I'll probably only draw four or five from that. I have 5 books that I want to read this coming month, September. So I'll probably only draw 5. I don't usually read 10 books a month, but I like to have options, I suppose. But let's get into what I read in August. I read 7 books in August. I think only 2 of those were from my actual TBR that I had placed in July. What comes before August? That I placed in July's video. I am bringing over some books that I wanted to read last month, or I guess in August. I wanted to read in August. I am gonna bring them over to September. But yeah, I did not do great with the books I had on my TBR, but I have said before, I don't really stick to TBRs very well. I just like to read whatever I want to read, whenever I want to read it, and if it's like available to me. Let's just get started with what I read. The 11th Metal is a novella that's in the Cosmere universe by Brandon Sanderson. So I got this book. This has, I don't know, it's all novellas. It's like a bind up of all the novellas for the Cosmere universe. So I read the 11th Metal last month and I gave it a 3 out of 5. It was just a good read. It was about Kelsier and kind of his, like a brief point in his life of kind of how he got to where he had gotten before Mistborn Era 1 started. And I liked it. I really liked Kelsier's character. I wish we got more of him in that series. But yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5. Then I read, we'll just put those there. Play Along by Liz Tomforty. This is book 4 in the Windy City, I think is what it's called. The Windy City series, and it's all about athletes within the sports team in, what is that, Boston? Chicago. In Chicago. So I really like this book. What is it called? Where is it? Oh no, Caught Up is the book before this one, and I love this book so much. I do really want to do a reread of it. I don't think like any book will top any like sports romance will top this book. This is, what the hell is his name? Isaiah. Isaiah is the brother of Kai. It's his romance, and it was really sweet, really sweet read. I really love Isaiah. What did I even say about it? I have like little notes here. Yeah, I just said it's sweet. Then I listened to Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I don't have a physical copy because it just got picked up by a publisher. I don't remember which one, but they're releasing the book, the physical book, or re-releasing it in October, maybe, I think. So I have it pre-ordered, but I did listen to Spark of the Everflame. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I have not been this excited or into a fantasy series since probably Throne of Glass. I was so invested. I have a feeling this series will be a 5 out of 5 series for me. And it is like a romance, kind of. It's very, what do they call it? Slow burn. It's a very slow burn romance. I love Luther so much. I really like Diem's character. She really irritates me, but I think that's like the point of her character, is you can see her character growth. She makes a ton of mistakes. They're so frustrating, but she's such a great character. I love that series so much. Then I read Business Casual by B.K. Borson. This is the 4th book in the Lovelight Farms series. They're all like standalone, interconnected romances. I love this. I love this so much. I didn't know, I didn't love the second and third book in this series. I really, really loved Love Light Farms. And then I just kind of, I think I gave them like 3 or 4 out of 5 stars. The, what are the other ones? In the Weeds and Mixed Signal. They were good. They were fine. Just romance books. But this was so good. I love Nova. And Charlie was so cute. He's like such a golden retriever kind of character. Loved him. This book was so good. I loved it. That there. What else? Oh my gosh. The Irish Goodbye. I just picked this up last weekend when I was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It was a cover buy. It is The Irish Goodbye by Amy Ewing. I love this so much. And it was such a quick read. I flew through it. And it's about Cordelia. Cordelia is from America. She goes to Ireland to kind of be caretaker for this older woman. And she has like it's like a enemies to lovers or hate to love with Niall. And he's from Ireland, you know, she runs into him. And it is just so good. Oh, I loved it. I love this book so much. I'm so glad that I picked it up randomly. I wasn't going to, but I did. And I'm so glad I did. It was so good. Ah. And then I read Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. I've had this book for, God, I don't even know how long. Probably since it came out. What did I give it? I gave it a 2 out of 5. I just don't know if I'm going to pick up any more Penelope Douglas. There was a time in my like early 20s when I really loved her books because I think I just don't love reading taboo romances about 18-year-olds. Like in my 30s, I don't even really like to read romances about people in their early 20s just because like they're such kids then, you know? I know when you are at that age, you know, you like feel like you're such an adult, and you are, technically you're an adult, but now as like an older adult looking back, like you're just still a kid. And a lot of her books, I've read 3 or 4 of her other books, and all of them, the characters seem to be on the cusp of becoming 18, you know, like they had just turned 18, and that's where like the taboo romance starts. And I don't know, Penelope Douglas is a really good writer. Like if she just aged up her characters, I would have probably really liked this like a lot more. But it's like a bully romance for people in high school, and it was just like kind of a lot, you know? But she's a really good writer, and it was very like, I wanted to keep reading it, but in the back of my mind, I was like, these are literally children. Like being so awful to each other. That's Punk 57. And then the last book I listened to is Glow of the Everflame, which is book 2 in that Pencil series, Spark of the Everflame. Loved it. 5 out of 5. I cannot wait to pick up book 3, which I am going to pick up in September. So now for my September TBR. Oh, I had a DNF. I started reading The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I've had this book for a very long time as well. And it is middle grade, and I can see like this is a very, very good book. Like I enjoyed the writing, but I just don't really like middle grade books. I was just trying to read it to like get it off my shelves, you know? So I am gonna pass this along. I did DNF it at like 70% or so. I just kind of got bored and didn't really care to finish the story. So I did DNF that. And then I am going to just get rid of this book. A Natural Magic. This was supposed to be on my TBR for August, and I did not get to it. I had like ample opportunity to, and I just did not want to. I am like not interested in this book anymore, so I just want to clear it from my shelves. So, okay, now let's get into the September books, which, where did I put them? Oh, these are the books that I am moving into September. I have Crow Talk, which I'm like halfway through it. I just need to finish this book. I am enjoying it, but it's not like, I just think I'm getting bored with it, so I keep putting it down and I don't want to pick it up. And especially since I was reading or listening to like a lot of fantasies last month, I just didn't want to pick this up. But I do want to finish it and either keep it or sell it. Next, The Last Animal. Again, I'm like halfway through it. I just need to finish it. They do have this on Spotify, so I think I might just try to listen to it to get it to finish it. Again, I'm just kind of bored. I don't think I was really in the mood for like contemporary fiction books, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I can finish that. And then The Spell Shop. Again, I'm not quite halfway, but I really actually am enjoying this, but I, for some reason, put it down, never picked it back up. So I really need to finish it. I feel like now's the perfect time. It's like a cozy fantasy, so I really want to finish this. I am actually looking forward to that. And then this, oh my gosh, Quicksilver. I'm about halfway through it. I am loving this book so much. It's so good. So good. This is the like first copy that was released, and I have noticed a ton of like spelling and grammar errors. So that has kind of been taking me out because I have to like reread the sentence because I'm like, that didn't make sense. And it's because like the wrong word, especially, I've noticed there'll be like a totally completely wrong word in a sentence. Hi, editing Molly here. You will notice a very abrupt cut in the video, and that's just because I cut out like a 3-minute clip of me ranting about how I can never remember fantasy character names. So if it seems weird because it's so like abrupt, that's why. Okay. Saris is the main character, and she falls through a portal to a fae realm where she meets Kingfisher. This guy. Oh my gosh, I can't. I love this book so much. I love Kingfisher. It is definitely like a hate to love, enemies to lovers, like true. Like he just is so mean to Saris, but not mean in like a, I don't know. He's mean in like he's trying to protect her, like cause he needs her kind of way. And like he just, I don't know. I just love it so much. So that one's moving along. And then a book I want to pick up, there's something in it. What I want to try to read in September is the Silmarillion by Tolkien. This I've been wanting to read for years. I actually have a collection of Tolkien books regarding like Middle Earth that I really want to get into, and I keep saying I'm gonna read like one a month, but they're so dense and so like textbook kind of that it's hard. But I've read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series quite a few times now, and I really want to move along and like dive more into his other works. So I really want to try to read this. I don't know if I'll get to it. It is like I've started it before. Like just looking at one page, there's like right in the first 3 sentences, there's like 10 words that are so hard to pronounce that I'm like, ugh. But we're gonna see if I can get to that. Okay, what is that? That's 5 books. Let's pick 5 more so I can have an even 10 for September. Let's see. First one is a book someone recommended, which I had this prompt last month, but that's fine because pretty much every book I own is a book that I've heard someone, you know, talk about or recommend. So I'm gonna go with a book that probably shouldn't count, but I really want to read this book. So The Sunken City by Emma VR Noyes. A lot of people have been recommending it on TikTok, so I bought it. But also the cover is just stunning, and it's a fantasy romance. I've not read the back. I don't really want to know much about it. I just want to read it, but the cover is just stunning. So we're gonna use that. Technically, I don't know if that really should count, but I'm counting it too. Next, we have a book from an author you've never read, which I'm pretty sure we had this prompt also last month, so I'm gonna shake these up better. Ooh, okay. I just picked this up yesterday. Craving by Helen Hart. I've never read one of her books. This could also be a book that was recommended. Lexi is reading, loves this series, and she's always talking about it. So when I saw it at my local Barnes, I picked it up. It's book 1 of the Steele Brothers series. I guess there's like 15 books in this series, but they're very short. They're like 300 pages. Check your trigger warnings for this series. I hear it's very dark romance. So just know that if you're interested in this series. I want to like really get in there. We got a book which starts with L. Wait, how do I say that? A book that starts with L. Do I even have a book that starts with L? I do! Which is another book I really want to get to. It's Learn Your Lesson by Candy Steiner. This is the 3rd book in the Kings of the Ice series. The first book is Meet Your Match. And then the 3rd book is Watch Your Mouth. I really loved Meet Your Match, the first book, and then I kind of liked the 2nd book. It wasn't my favorite. But this one is a nanny romance, and I love a nanny romance. And this character is one that I've been really excited to read about since the first book. He's like the team captain. He's an older guy, single, obviously, single, kind of grouchy. And he has a child that he needs a nanny for. So, and I think the nanny is like his child's school teacher, I think, or like a tutor or something. So I'm so excited, actually. Okay, how many is that? 3? 2 more. A book under 200. I'm gonna read The Sea Cloak and Other Stories by, I'm not gonna pronounce the name because I'm not sure how to say it. I've had this since I think last November. I've been following a lot of what's been going on in Gaza. And these are short stories of people's lives over in Gaza, Palestinians' lives over in Gaza, and like the absolute hell they have to endure. So I really want to read this, just so I can, like, I follow a lot of like journalists who live over there, so I see the horrors that are going on. But I do really want to read some short stories about it as well. So we're gonna go with this one. This is, it's like 100 pages, 101 pages. So I'm gonna read that. And then I think I have one more. Let's see. A book that has a number in the title. Wow, really? Do I not have any? We're gonna pick a different one. The book I do have that I don't want to read because it's a chonker is Throne of the Five Winds. It's like 700 pages, so I don't want to read that right now. So that's the only one I can see that I haven't read. Okay, well, we're gonna pick a different one. What's this one? No. A book set in winter. I do have some, but I don't want to do that either. I'm not a winter girl. I hate winter, and I don't want to read about it right now, so. Let's do a book with a map. I know I have a ton of those, so. Okay, we're gonna go with Crooked Kingdom, even though I just complained about how I didn't want to read a fantasy book that was like 700 pages. But this one I've already started. Oh my god, I was looking for this bookmark because it's cute as hell. I've already started it and I really, really like Six of Crows, so I just want to try to finish this. So that will be that. Did I mention I'm also gonna read Glow of the Everflame? Did I mention that? I'm gonna read that on my Kindle though, because I don't want to buy the audiobook for it and it's not out at the moment. Like the physical book is not out released yet, so that's also like a 700-page book. So this is not looking good for me, you guys. This is not looking good. Okay, well technically there's 11 books. I'm gonna see how many of these I can get on audio, because I'm not opposed to listening to audiobooks. So here we go. We got the Silmarillion by Tolkien, Quicksilver, which I should finish this weekend, The Sunken City, Craving, Learn Your Lesson, The Sea Cloak, Crooked Kingdom, The Spell Shop, The Last Animal, and Crow Talk. So those are all the books I'm gonna attempt to read in September. Will I? Probably not, but we're gonna try. So come back to what's after September? October's video and see if I actually read any of them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.